Hey everyone, my name is Katya. I'm a coach with Total Body Lab. I'm a powerlifting and bodybuilding coach working with Alexei Bakharev, who is a current IPF1 and Masters in powerlifting. And welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about what to do if people are just not getting you in terms of your physique goals, your gym goals, your competitive goals. If you are doing something that is not what everybody else is doing, and some of your close people are just not happy about it, what do you do? The easiest tip that I probably could give is keep doing your thing, and they're either going to get curious about it or they're just going to ignore it. That's kind of obvious, right? But like when you're in social situations and you don't want to be mean, but also the behavior of other people is quite annoying. Like, for example, you're at a work party and everybody's getting hors d'oeuvres, everybody's getting drinks, you have your tea or coffee, and you have your dish of salad and protein, right? Whether that's tofu if your work function actually served vegan protein, or if it's a non-vegan protein. Regardless, you're not doing what everybody else is doing, and it throws some people off. And they could do a couple of things, right? They could make fun of you, they could call you out, they could be mean about it. Usually people are not mean. Usually people are either curious or they would make fun of you and be like, oh, come on, Mike, relax. Just like get a drink. Come on, how often are there work functions? You can get a drink. And you're like 8 weeks out from your bodybuilding show. You're stepping on stage. Yeah, one drink is not going to kill you. And you could get it. And you know that with matching calories, you can fit alcohol into your diet as long as you still eat enough protein and you fit it within your macros. But alcohol is also 7 calories per gram, unlike carbs or protein or fats, which are 4, 4, and 9. And it just doesn't make sense to you. You'd rather eat food, and it's like a waste of calories. Or if you don't drink at all and you don't want to drink, right? If you don't drink because it's a choice, because it's a religion, or because you don't want to, just because you don't want to. Why do people not buy that argument? So in my previous experience when I used to work for corporate, I would joke it off most of the time. I would just be like, oh, hey, yeah, you can drink too now because I'm not drinking any, ha ha ha, and like leave, right? Especially if it's your boss or if you don't want to create tension in a workspace, that helps. If people start being actively mean about what you're doing, that's really rare, but I would also, try to joke it off. And if somebody's like, ooh, there's so much salad and all kinds of vegetables, you're eating a rainbow on your plate. You could be like, thanks, Joe, you're so vigilant. Like, good job. And, give them an eye roll and leave. So that's another thing that I would do. But overall, most people are usually not mean about this. Most people are usually asking questions because they're curious, because they're genuinely curious. And let's see. Ooh, passive aggressive. I hate the passive aggressive person. Yeah, I would also usually try to joke it off, because when you try to educate people, I'm like, oh yeah, actually now I'm starting to eat more plant-based. My goal is to be 100% vegan, because as a society we have evolved to, not eat as much meat. When we used to be monkeys, we would catch a bunny every once in a couple months and then eat it. Well, our stomach is longer, we digest more fiber, we have evolved that way. Yeah, we have canines, but we can't really hunt for prey like wolves do, and you just give them this whole spiel of why evolutionarily you're vegan, for health you're vegan, because cholesterol and heart disease, for ethics you're vegan, environment, and, reducing waste, the whole thing, and they're standing there, and they're like, yeah, I don't believe in that, because I believe in creationism. And you're like, wow, I just wasted so much time. So yeah, I guess I used to give people the spiel when they were curious, but now I usually don't, because a lot of the time when they're curious, they want to learn more about like your motivation. and what drives you and what are your goals and like how are you getting there. And if you start kind of selling them on, oh yeah, let's just get leaner, let's get healthier, let's start training, let's go powerlifting, let's go vegan, I don't really think people jump on board from that, to be honest. At least I didn't before I was, training to compete, or before I was plant-based, or for any other occasions. I would just be curious on what the person's doing, right? And then if I want to do that, I would want to do that for my own reasons and not because somebody just gave me a spiel. So yeah, in a work situation, that's how I used to deal with this. Within the family, that's a whole another level, because those people have seen you in your worst, in your best. I mean, if it's your mother and father, they literally have seen you from this tiny, when you used to just scream for no reason and shit your pants, and then you grew up and you were a child, and then you were a teenager. You know how teenagers are, and you went to college, you probably, like, they've seen you make some stupid decisions. Maybe you were a really wise kid, maybe you're one of those, but I wasn't. I feel like I was a pretty stereotypical, teenager, college student, and I understand why my parents did not want to take my word for a lot of things, right? Because if they have seen you do all of these other weird things, weird choices, why should they believe that whatever you're doing now really works, even though you're an adult? Like, they kind of always remember you as a child. So that's okay. The only way they can actually respect your choices and believe in them is through time, if they see that you're getting closer to your goals, or if you're getting any results, right? Like, I've PR'd in all of my lifts, squat, bench, and deadlift, since I went plant-based. I've competed and won. I've gotten stronger. I've gotten leaner. I've done both bodybuilding and powerlifting on a plant-based diet, and people saw that, yeah, that's A, feasible, B, I know somebody who actually has done it, and if that's somebody that you're close to, they could see how much effort goes into it and how that thing is important, right? So they could believe you and leave you alone and not actually think that your hair and teeth are going to fall out because now you're vegan, or because you're vegan, your period is going to stop and you're not going to be able to have kids, or any of this crazy shit. Like, yeah, that's what some of my family used to believe. I mean, talking grandma, yeah. Uh, so obviously that's not a concern for most folks who are more or less educated and can do their research online, unless the research is typing anything into YouTube and watching the first conspiracy video. So you'll have to wean that out and show people, like, yeah, look at studies. Do not look at observational studies. How to filter through that research. Show them how to use a Google Scholar. That all is if they speak English, of course. If they don't speak English, my hopes and prayers are with you on doing the research and on attending family holidays. So, yeah. How do you deal with people giving you doubts and questions about your current journey, whether that's switching to plant-based, whether that's competing in powerlifting or bodybuilding, whether that is going on onto the gym journey and just starting to train, starting to see how much healthier you can get without too many restrictions. How do you deal with your friends and family and coworkers who are questioning you? Leave your notes in the comments, hit like and subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next video.